Hello, 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 everybody. How you doing today? Welcome to the Tom Mo Show. It's your girl, Kia Coppage, the solutionist, your girl, my focus. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Come on in here, tag somebody, tag somebody, tag somebody. We're gonna have a nice show today. Have a very special guest on. You don't want to listen. You don't want to miss out on any of this information that this powerful gentleman has to share with you. So let's bring my special guest on in here, Mr. Danny Jones. Mr. Jones, how are you?
I am absolutely awesome, Kia. How are you?
Awesome. Good to see you. It's been a long time.
Yes,
Haven't seen your face in a minute. Danny is a financial and legal business consultant. So we're going to talk about life and business today. We just going to talk off the cuff. We don't have no PowerPoint presentation today. We just gonna go ham. Definitely, please, any questions that you guys would want answer, please put those questions in the comment boxes so we can utilize the expertise and the years of expertise on this line to help you and your family. That's what this is all about. So, Mr. Danny Jones, how are you? The last time we saw each other, it was a few years ago, way before COVID, when we did our home buying seminar, our massive event here. So, how you been?
I've been absolutely awesome on purpose, living life, doing the best I
Still
can.
on fire? Are you still on fire? Because every time I see you, you be on fire. Are you still on fire?
I'm still on fire, Kia.
That's what I want. That's what I need today. I need my Danny. Also, hi Daryl, how are you? Hey Angela. So Danny, listen, we just going to just keep it 100. We just going to put it on the table. We got some guests that are used to coming on to this live and used to getting fed, right? So, our topic, life and business. I know a lot of people, are looking at business, right? Some of them already have a business. Some of them are trying to find out, hey, what business I can add on to my linear income, right? Some people want to know how I can, balance that with the family. How can I balance that with what I'm currently doing? How can I be successful, in this area? So I think we're just going to just talk. Let's talk. So what would you say first? Let the people know who's on the line. Can you tell the people a little bit about you?
My name is Danny Jones. I'm 65 years old. 65
You look good, man.
65 years young. And I'm just living my best life. I've been in business for 51 years. Started at age 14. I started out as a tax preparer, and now I'm a tax expert. I fix tax problems, wage garnishments, audits, liens, levies. I'm also a certified paralegal. So I help people with legal and financial services as well, including estate planning, things like wills and trusts and estates, living trusts, last will and testaments, things that are very much needed in our community. As much as we don't think we need it, we do. And I've seen much evidence of it over the years. People dying and having to losing mostly everything they worked for in probate, and their relatives not knowing what to do to finish up their final wishes because they're unwritten. So yes, that's kind of what I do now. I moved my office. I'm in Silver Spring, Maryland now, but
Yes.
I'm not limited by space. I have clients in almost 50 states now, so I can help anyone anywhere with. And if I can't help them, I can find somebody who can.
Absolutely. That's what we like. Connections, right? That's what it's all about.
Yes.
Awesome. So how do we want to start Monday off? Because everybody just came off a Power Pack weekend, and I wanted to start off this first half, right with a bang. So what do you think we should just dive into? What do you think we should talk about?
You said something to me that I said that most of the people that are coming to the call either already have a business or trying to get into business for themselves. And one of the biggest problems that I see with people in business is the lack of knowledge in regards to why they're in business. They're looking for what they're in for, but the issue is contractor? Are you an LLC? What are you and why are you? Many people don't know what these terms really mean. They just think that they're doing the right thing by simply being LLC. But what they fail to realize, just being an LLC, is that there is no tax benefit to just being an LLC.
Mm.
I'm going to give you one of the greatest pieces of information. It's going to be more tremendous in a long time. Most accountants are not familiar with this stuff more than are. When you start a business as an independent contractor and you become that gives you limited liability protection against lawsuits against your business. But there's no tax benefit in being an LLC. You pay more taxes than anybody else, than anybody. So why do I want to be an LLC? Because you want that limited liability protection so that when someone does sue you, they sue the LLC, but the LLC owns nothing. You do. And if they sue you, you're operating as an LLC, so they still get nothing. And so that's important. But the most important part is if they look at taking what is called the S election. It's called the S election. The S election allows an LLC or individual to make up to $250,000 per year in their business and pay zero business taxes. Zero.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Let me give you the difference. As an LLC, if you make a $20,000 profit, you can end up paying $4,600 in taxes.
Wow.
$4,600 in tax, a quarter of what you earn. As in, you can remain an LLC, but if you take the S election, you get a special consideration from the Internal Revenue. You'll start filing your taxes as an S corporation, which means your business is allowed to make up to $250,000 net income after expenses and pay $0 in business taxes.
Game changer. Wow.
Game changer. But some people, it's tens of thousands of dollars a year. For the small person who's only making $15,000, $20,000, or $30,000 in profit, it means that you won't have to give up $4,500 of your hard money. You can buy more product to sell. You can hire other employees. There's many things, and then you don't have to pay any self-employment taxes because you can make all the money you need and hold on to it to increase your business productivity.
Dropping it.
How about that?
I said I wanted some fire. You bringing it? You bringing it? So let me ask you a question. So you know, the famous word that I want you to spill some beans on is trust.
Okay.
You know, having a trust fund.
Okay.
So can you tell us, the people, myself, you know, educate us, right, on trust? Tell us about that, the benefits of having a trust fund.
Well, let's talk about estate planning as a whole.
Okay.
As we talk about trust. You know, many of us, we start businesses or we own property, or, you know, we think we don't need to have an estate. But if you like me and you've seen a lot of people pass away and family members arguing and fighting over what's left or what they think is theirs and what's not theirs, you'll find out that it's important to set up an estate for several reasons. One, what is an estate? An estate is planning on your life in advance so that no one else can take advantage of you, including the courts. With a trust, with an estate, you start out by setting up a trust. What is a trust? A trust is a privately owned position that you create to protect all of your assets. It protects all of your assets, including your business, including your bank accounts, including your vehicles, including your houses, including anything that you own or purchase can be added to your trust. Now, does that mean you got to physically pick it up and drop it somewhere? No. It's just on paper being moved somewhere so that if someone tries to sue you, they can't get it. The only people that can get at it are the people that are attached to it when it goes into the trust, like your mortgage lender, maybe like your car lender. Those people, if you already have a loan on the car, that lien goes in with it. So they're the only ones who could try to sue you when you're inside of a trust. Outside creditors, if you get a judgment against you or something, they can't come and get your assets because they're protected by your trust. You can set up a trust account where you can move your money that's in your bank account can stay right where it is. When you set up a trust account, you get a new tax ID number and you add that to your account so that it's now protected under the trust. In other words, you don't have to do anything much different. You just have to create a trust to allow your assets to be protected for life and beyond life. It can protect your assets beyond your life into your death, so that your relatives or those who you want to be.
Uh-oh. He was dropping so much fire. Did I lose you? There you are. Okay.
Yeah, somebody tried to call me. They're going to always. But anyway, my phone rings a lot. So
I know.
So it keeps you from having to, you and your relatives, from having to determine what to do if something happens. That's the trust part. Then you also have what is called medical directives, or living will. A living will tells people what you want while you're living in case you become incapacitated, unconscious, and unable to make decisions on your own. Your living will tells the world what your decision-making process is.
Yeah.
What you want, how you want it, when you want it, and nothing else. It also, in part of the living will, is your medical directive. If you're on life support, how long do you want to be on life support? Listen, you want me to just pull the plug on you or let you live no matter what? You get to make those decisions.
Yeah.
You also designate who gets to make that decision in case you can't speak.
Yeah.
Which the directive is given to the person in your family that you trust the most to make that decision, and to your doctor or medical professional or someone who you know is responsible, who will make sure that your wishes are met. Mm-hmm. Your last will and testament. These are the things you want done when you pass away. Who's going to get what? Who ain't get nothing? This is who I want. This is my executor. If nobody in your family is, you can leave it for an attorney to take care of it. But it prevents you from having to go through probate with the court system and have the judge to determine what's going to happen with your stuff. And lawyers end up with more of your estate than your family.
Exactly. That's the problem. That's the problem. I don't know what it is, but people are terrified to put these things in place. We know what we want to do for our birthdays. We got that planned out. We know what we want to do when we go on vacation. We have that planned out, right? Yeah. We know what we want to do, when we preparing to leave our jobs and all of that stuff. We got all of these things planned out. But the most important piece that need to be planned out is your life. What do you want to be done with it? Who do you want to be in charge of it? How do you want things to go? Where do you want to lay your head, if you even want to, or do you want to be cremated, or whatever the case may be? It's better for you to make those decisions on your own instead of having people that don't even know you, that probably don't even care about you, or they just want to care about what they can get from you, make those decisions on your behalf. I know my grandparents, they have all of that stuff planned out. They already have it all paid for, planned out, paid for, and everything. And everybody know, hey, this is my attorney. This is who you need to see if anything, and when something does happen. And so it's sad that our community, don't look at these things as valuable. But that, in addition to insurance, is valuable. I mean, the rich get rich off of insurance. If you guys can only imagine how many people pass away in our families that didn't have insurance, right? How much wealth, this family did not get, right? But look, on the other hand, I think I could count about 10 people, just give or take, in my family that passed away. If all 10 of them had a 6-figure policy, $100,000 policy, it probably take about 15,000-20,000 to bury somebody real nice, right? So you got close to $100,000, times 10, that's $1 million. What if the family member put in for policies against against the loved ones? And therefore, yes, we get to mourn. We get to send you away with no problem. Everything is taken care of. We get to take care of all the debt that was left behind, and we get to impact the family wealth-wise. And a lot of people don't even understand that that's how the wealth got wealthy.
Yeah,
insurance.
Kia, that's a very, very important topic. Just get on. Very powerful. Why do you think they call it life insurance? They call it life insurance because it's for your family to be able to live when you die. That's what it's for. It's
Yeah.
to be able to, you know, I asked my daughter, I said, if something happens to you, who gonna take care of your kids? Probably your mom. Who gonna pay for it, little girl? Who? We must make sure we got enough coverage for you that something happens to you. We can financially care for your children with your money without having to put a strain on us while we're grieving. You
Yeah.
see, that's important.
They can't even grieve right because they worrying about how I'm gonna pay this, what's gonna happen with the house, how are we gonna bury this person. You know, they worrying about all the things they don't even need to have to worry about if
Right.
those things were taken care of, proper planning and proper resources to make sure the things were taken care of. I'm not a life insurance agent and I'm not even trying to sell you life insurance, but all I know is this is a huge problem in our community, and then they go into GoFundMe. Like, that's not life insurance.
GoFundMe is embarrassing, to say the least, because
Yeah.
they failed the plan and you're gambling on someone else helping you to take care of something that should have already been taken care of. And the number one reason we don't do it is because we worry about how much stuff costs. We focus on how much stuff costs, but you hit the nail on the head earlier when you said we were planning for our birthday. We'll spend $1,000 on our birthday. We'll spend $5,000 on a vacation. Listen, all those things are nice to have, but it's better to know that I'm taken care of. And not just for me, I want to make sure I'm covering my children and my grandchildren while they're young, so it costs so much less.
Yeah.
It costs so much less the younger you are. As you get older, my age, 65, 70 years old, you want a final expense policy because it's too expensive to get life insurance. Final expense, guess what? I have a life insurance company.
Yeah.
I have agents working for me.
Yeah.
So, and I did that because I knew how important it was. Am I selling you insurance? No. I'm selling you an opportunity to get your life right and to be able to create generational wealth by simply making the right decision, getting a quote, finding out what it's going to cost you to get it done. If you want to do it, do it. If you don't want to do it, it's fine. But at least explore it, look into it, and know that the opportunity is there for you. Not doing anything is not an option.
It's not an option. Another reason why you want to get life insurance, you want to make sure you pick the right one. So my policy is one that I can use while I'm living, right? So, I'm not married. I don't have any kids, right? I damn near have the family, with all the drama on the back end, and that's what it is, right? And so I want to be able to have a policy, whereas if I get critical, have a critical illness or a chronic illness, I can tap into my policy. And that's how mine is set up. If I had gotten COVID, I could have pulled out 6 figures, right? And that would have taken care of me. I could have had a nurse at the house and all the things that I needed, right? And people don't understand that policies have changed where you can not only just get it or when you deceased, but you can have it in the event that you need it for when you leave it. Even if you want to borrow against it, how do you think a lot of these students, on the other side go to college, full ride, fully paid for it, not scholarship, fully paid for, they get the car, with the boat on it, an expensive car a lot of times, right? They get the apartment, right? They get the food and all of this stuff. Everything is already 100% covered. It's because a lot of the parents have put their monies in special plans and insurance where they can actually borrow against that or pull out, withdraw from it. So therefore they can set their kids up in school. No financial aid, right? No loans, if they didn't get a scholarship, they are covered. And it's these things that our community is missing out on.
Exactly. And what you just talked about right now.
Say it again. We didn't hear you.
I said, which you just finished. Indexed universal life policy.
Yeah.
It's a life insurance policy. It's a terminally ill policy. Catch cancer, or if you get dementia, or you just get retarded, or whatever your situation may be.
Yeah.
Able to care for yourself for long-term care and whatnot, then you are covered by policy. And your children grow up, you live, and your kids grow up and want to go to college, you can pull money from this policy, and they don't have to borrow, which they're not going to debt immediately. If something happens to you, they're covered. There's a coverage to possibly pay for the mortgage of the house, so nobody worry
That
about
part too.
Yeah.
Yeah, your home can be 100% paid for and you don't even know. And like it's called mortgage insurance, right? It's a different policy that takes care of the house. You know, say you bought the house for 400,000, your policy is 400,000. So when something does happen, that mortgage gets paid off, and the family that's still living in the house don't have to worry about trying to find shelter, and or having to sell the house. You know, they really wanted to keep the house. You know, the whole nine. And so the I word is very, very important. This insurance is extremely important across the board, and I just want the community to really just think about it and start acting, get some information, and outweigh. If I get it, how it will help me, and if I don't, how it's going to hurt me, because that's what's going to happen. And it don't cost much. You're talking about you can start, depending on when you start, but $40, $100. We spend that type of money every day on a third party bill. We spend that type of money every day on eating out, clothes, right? Shoes, the cars, everything, the shows, the vacations, all of those things, but we don't put a budget to the side for that thing, right? It's very important.
That's right. My son once told me, Dad, I want to pay Air Force One.
You said what?
You know what I did? I bought him a pair of Chucks and put my name on the back. And they cost $29.95. Hey, look, and I even today, I can dress nice and still pay her so much less. Listen, man, where you get that nice suit from? I went to the thrift store and found it.
Yeah.
I don't have to spend $500 on a suit when I can go get it for $12 or $29 and take it to the cleaners and make it look like a new suit.
Yeah.
It's thrifty. And the money I save, I can use to be able to build up my financial wealth. I can put that money in a high yield savings program instead of having my money sitting in a checking account doing nothing for the country.
Nothing for you.
I move it to a high yield savings account. How do I find it? Google it.
It's there. It's there. Well, it's almost time for this is the first half. It went so fast, right? It's time for our famous commercial. We're going to take a break, pay some bills. We're going to come back and switch it up a little bit, but for all of you all that's still here, comments, put some good questions in there. So we're going to come back and do a Q&A as well. So let's go into. What's up, gang? What's up, gang? This is your girl, Kia Coppedge. Did you know I have all the resources for personal or business credit and finance goals? Need advanced credit repair services? I'm your girl. Need rocket booster trade lines? I'm your girl. Need to learn the credit game? I'm your girl. Need multiple credit cards with high credit limits? I'm your girl. What about the most popular card? American Express, Platinum or Gold? We got the plug. I'm your girl. If you need to get pre-approved for your new home purchase or refinance and actually close, I'm your girl. Listen, connections and closings is what I do best to get your goals met. Click the link in my bio, schedule a time to connect. Until we speak, have a focused day. And remember, I'm your girl. I'm your girl. Y'all know I can be silly at times, right? Danny, I'm your girl, right?
Yeah, my girl.
I'm your girl. So, where should we go next? Let's see if we have any questions. I like the catch. Yeah, I like that too. Thank you, Gemini. Yes, Angela, absolutely. Thank you for that, Gemini. Valuable information. Yeah, she said she learned some of this at a seminar, Danny, when we used to do our seminars. Lord, we fed them. We had production. We had the video production there. We dropped every gem on it. We had all the professionals of every area in the industry there dropping nuggets. They were so full when they left out of there. They didn't know what to do. Like,
Hey, look, figuratively and they were figuratively and personally fed.
yeah, all of it. Absolutely.
You
And
know,
it was all free. It
it
was
was all
all
free.
free.
And
Yeah,
we're starting that up again this coming Saturday.
we are.
Yes.
The reunion. Well, it's
Reunion.
not the full reunion, but a part of the reunion, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm just looking through the comments for some questions. You know, let's bring some questions in here. So, hey, Danny,
Yes.
let's talk about the kids. Let's talk about the youngsters. You know, what should they be doing? Like, I know some of the community in here have, you know, maybe some young adults, right? You know, what should they be doing right now? And, um, you know, preparation for business, right? Because we know where the job market is and where it's gone. And we talking about this chat GPT that's going to be taking over and robots that's going to be taking over, you know, a lot of the industry jobs that we have, right? So what do you think, and you know, people should, you know, be considering or turning some attention to so they can get prepared for what's about to hit us?
Well, I'm glad you asked me that. That's a very, very important question. One of the things that I would do right, talking to somebody about that in regard to spending so much time on video games. Fortnite. They can tell you anything you want to know about Fortnite, and they want to talk to you about Grand Theft Auto, which is teaching kill, steal, kill, and they're actually acting out. Because I remember as a kid myself, where we watched superheroes growing up, and I really thought I was a superhero. I thought I was the Flash. I was very, very fast. I thought I was the Flash. So if people tell you they're not influenced by these games, not influenced by what's on TV, it's a lie. I was influenced by all of it at some point. It negatively and positively affected me depending on what I was watching. So I would say that what I would offer people to do with their children is to have them spend less time on video games and more time learning about financial literacy.
That's it.
Teaching them things about money management, how to open up a bank account, why it's important, teaching them to use some of it to save and to be able to learn how to invest over time, be able to teach them a little bit, 1 hour a day. And we so busy just ripping and running, living life, that we don't have time to do this with them. Give them someone, mentor, who can help them. Have them come on a podcast like this and make that mandatory before they can get on their game. So that even if it's with day, like just like us, at some point in time, come back to the herd, what is right, how to effectively be able to apply.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, the unique thing about it, we wasn't taught financial literacy, right?
Right.
But it's not too late to learn.
No.
So part of what I have in my portfolio, I have a digital learning platform that teaches financial literacy. It shows you how to have your money make money for you, but it teaches you all about financial literacy. And it's something that you guys really want to key into. You know, you want to learn it because it's not just about checking and savings, right? It's about all the nuggets in between. And so, you know, I should have a link on here to check out my platform where you can actually just buy that as a standalone. It's a 12-month course. It's a video, and it's not only just videos. You have the live sessions, you have the coach, you have all of that. You know, the syllabus is an interactive, you know, platform, and you're gonna learn a whole lot. You know, because financial literacy goes a long way. It goes a long way, right?
Yeah, because you got to look at this, Kia. Most of our parents were not financially literate. So it explains why we weren't taught these things early on. And school never really gave us a lot. They gave us tidbits, but no one ever taught us how to be entrepreneurs. The difference between starting a business and taking a job, how to manage your money early on and not falling all the way into debt. They
Yeah.
taught us to get education, you know. And I was just looking at one of the comments that flew by. I think it was Angela Curry that said something about she asked her granddaughter what she wanted to be when she grew up, and she's only 7. Well, it's important to ask them the question now so that we can direct them the right path for how they do. So, yeah, I think.
Angela, what was her answer? What was her answer? I'm curious to know. She's going to be taking care of us. That's for sure.
Yeah. Well, she didn't answer. She just put the question, and she did answer that question.
Yeah.
You know, and my thing is that, you know, if we don't sit down and talk to them about it, and see, these kids are only giving us what they think they grow up. Nobody says I'm going to grow up to be a murderer. I'm going to rob banks. I'm going to kill 20 people at a school. We don't grow up knowing what we're going to do. We just know that we think. I thought I was going to be a police detective. I did have an opportunity to do that when I was younger. I was a federal bail enforcement agent at one time, but it wasn't a career that I wanted to stay in for the rest of my life. I knew from age 13, 14 that I was going to be doing something having to do with money, taxes, because I started my tax business at age 14.
Yeah.
I've mastered to the point that there's only a few people in the country that can match my knowledge in that area.
Yeah.
However, I had to evolve because there's more taxes. They're having to know about mortgages, mortgage interest, and all of those things that you can deduct on your tax return. I had to learn why that's important. So, yeah, financial literacy, you never stop learning about finances. Never.
Right. Absolutely. So we have a question. Are there different insurance companies that you would recommend based on age and or medical issues?
Yeah, no doubt.
That was a question. You said, yeah, no doubt. They want to know what they saying, are there? Yes. Okay, I get you. Yes. Okay. I guess they wanted to know which ones, but so do you have any you can recommend?
What you have medical?
So one of the questions are there different insurance companies that you would recommend based on an age or medical issues?
Yes, I'm glad that question came up because so many of the insurance companies don't offer anything for people who have medical issues. But I look for companies who do insure people who have medical issues, diabetes, high blood pressure, and things of that nature, because they still need to be covered. One of the companies is called National Life. My company, it does have an insurance agent who is licensed in that area to be able to insure people who have pre-existing conditions. That's what it's called, pre-existing conditions. Now, everybody's not going to always get covered under these coverages, but you have to give it a shot. And then when they don't qualify, everybody qualifies for final expenses. So we want to make sure you're covered. You can't get the life insurance policy now because you have a medical condition. You can get final expenses, which is necessary. But that brings up another very important point to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's important to get life insurance while you're young, while it's very, very cheap. And before you start,
there's nothing wrong with you. Yeah.
Before you start getting sick.
Yeah.
But if you're already sick with pre-existing conditions, give me a call, text me, email me, and we will look for something for you. If we can't find you on life insurance, we'll get you some final expenses that would help you to be able to rest easy at night, knowing everything is taken care of, including your casket.
Yeah. So, and then let's talk about the health piece because, you guys know on Mondays I do the business talk and on Thursdays I do the health and wealth talk. And we don't have to accept the conditions that we're in. Like we may have a health problem at the moment. It doesn't mean that it have to be lifelong, right?
Right.
We can get ourselves to the point of reversing some of these things. Now we know that there are healthy natural remedies to reverse a lot of the negative health complications we have. But it's us, we have to decide not to go with what the doctor says 10,000% and go against the grain so we can get our health, reclaim our health. And so yes, I do have a product that will do that. It's our Alive product, and it's a juice. You take 2 shots a day, but I tell you the ingredients, all the vegetables and fruits that's inside of it, it's it's mixed to the point where it's helping. We got crazy testimonials, but it's helping to reduce a lot of the negative health situations that our community is having. And so I can't type in the chat, but if somebody can, you guys can book a free consultation with me to get some of this information, to get in contact with Danny as well. You can put in Focus Connect Podcast.com. Somebody can type that in the chat. Focus Connect Podcast.com. There's going to be some questions that I'm going to ask in there for you to answer, so I'll get to know how I can help you in all the areas we can help you. And then we're going to get you in those areas, so therefore we can put an end to a lot of the stuff that's going on.
Exactly.
We can do that.
There are healthy choices outside. I love what you just said about the Alive. I haven't taken it myself, but I like the idea that there's something that will help deal with the toxins in our body, help remove them by simply replacing some of the stuff that
you're eating. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And being able to find healthy choices to be able to reduce or eliminate issues that we're suffering with right now. Fortunately for me, I have great health right now. I get a little tired because I'm getting older, but to God be the glory and praise, I'm up and ready to go at any time, And I'm energized at age 65. I feel like I'm 35.
Well, I know if you were standing up talking, I already know what you'd be doing, bouncing off the wall. Tomo and Molly Ma, I put the link in the private chat if we can put it inside of the comment area. So therefore they can have the exact website, focusconnectpodcast.com. So yes, awesome, Connie. Yes, that's good. And so, we talked about a lot here tonight. We talked about a lot. We touched on so many different areas. But I think, okay. I think we should just not just, just be here present, but spread the word. Like, we're here every week. You guys want to share and invite, your connections, your friends, your family members, because it's each one teach one.
That's right.
It's each one teach one, and the whole goal is to impact another body, in every way. It could be financially, it could be, with the information that we have, changing some of the decisions that we're making all the way around. We talked about credit, we talked about finance, we talked about business, we talked about legal, we talked about taxes, and it's going to continue to go, different topics. But I really want you guys to benefit from it, in some way, shape, form, and fashion. Like some of these professionals that I'm bringing on, a lot of these professionals that I'm bringing on are folks that I use myself. Am I right, Danny?
That's
that
right.
I used myself,
no
that
doubt.
helped me in all of these areas. And so I'm not going to recommend someone that I haven't used personally. I'm not going to recommend someone that is not going to give you what I would give you if I was representing you. So, so I just want you guys really to hone in on that.
No doubt.
So let's see. Let's see. Can someone who have access to the private chat copy that information and put it on the comment section so they can get it there? But it's not a space, and if they can copy mine that I put in there. Tomo, no, it's not podcasts. Hold on. Just copy mine, please. So yeah, Danny, what do we want to leave the people with? We got a few minutes.
Well, one of the things, I think I get a lot of different questions.
Okay.
This week, so far this week and last week, I've been getting a lot about small business funding. You know, and there are grants and things that are available. Everyone may not qualify, but especially to the women folk out there and minorities, there are grants available for you to apply for. And a lot of people get discouraged because there's so much paperwork involved. If you don't want to pay to get, if you don't want to do it yourself, you can pay someone like myself to come and help you to take care of to show you the way. SBA, Small Business Administration, has many loans for people that are military, especially women businesses. Oh my God, they're giving away tons of millions of dollars to women businesses, for startup businesses, for existing businesses, to be able to fund you for, you know, just regular stuff that you need to do to pay your bills, for your payroll, to buy buildings, to rent or lease a building, to buy equipment. There's so many things you can do, but you have to apply. Well, my credit's really bad. Well, we have people that Kia and I both know that are in our network that can help you with your credit issues. Start by fixing what's broken so that you can get to what you qualify for to bring you to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. So let's see. What's coming down the pipe? We got on Saturday. We got come and meet us, come and see us, come and come and learn from us in person, right? We'll be down there by the National Harbor. Danny, you want to give them the information about the class that we're going to be hosting?
Yes, we're going to be at the my goodness, what's the name? Real estate. Okay.
Oh, Gwen gonna get you.
Gwen's traveling. She's not going to be there with us this weekend. She's traveling. She had a family emergency. Yeah. But Gwen's real estate company is over in National Harbor. You know, I have the information.
Samson's Properties. Do you have your flyer for the event? You want to give what's going to be the topic? I know. Well,
we're going to be talking about some of the same topics we're talking about right now, but we're going to be on Facebook Live. You can follow me, Danny Jones, on Facebook. You can see me in a black hat with a red rim on it. You know it's me. A lot of Danny Joneses, but there's only one me.
I want them to come out because it's different when we go over the information here with the amount of time that we have. But it's nothing like getting information face to face, person to person.
Yeah.
And so I'll make sure Tomo gets the information. He can, put it up, so therefore the community can, get access to it. And if they want to come out, they can come out. You definitely don't. You really want to be in the know and connected with, folks that's going to help you, right?
They can meet us in person. They can meet us in person. I'm going to have the information posted on Facebook Live.
Okay.
By tomorrow, so you can come on my Facebook page and get the information about where it's going to be physically. It's going to be over at the National Harbor, in Maryland. If you want to physically come to the event, and we're going to have 2 sessions. We're going to do a 10 p.m. to 11:30. 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. session, and then we're going to break for a little eating, and then we're going to do another session from noon until 1:30, part 1 and part 2. Kia's going to be there to speak, myself. We're going to have other guest speakers that are going to be there. And then we'll be on Facebook Live, YouTube, and many streaming platforms. They help anyone, if you got friends, family, neighbors, co-workers, and people that are out of town, tell them they're not going to get left out. If they're on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube, or they can access YouTube, they'll have an opportunity to see us live and or come in person to meet us so they can get firsthand information, shaking, and be able to sign for deals right on the spot. So we look forward to that.
Awesome. Do we have any questions? So the community, so I want to bounce some of the next talk sessions that we have next week. What are some of the topics that you all are interested in? If you can put some of that information in the chat, I would greatly appreciate it. Just want to make sure you're getting fed, especially on things that you are interested in learning about.
And while they're getting ready to post, we're going to all be talking about what is 401ks and IRAs versus the IUL, the Universal Life Policy. We're going to talk about taxes, estate planning, tax problem resolution, retirement planning, small business options. We're going to be talking about mortgages, how to get a mortgage when you think you can't get one, because the kid can't help you. Nobody can.
You're right.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
You-
So, all right, it's 6:48. I don't know why I'm lost for words, because normally we be going all the way to the last dial. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with me today. Danny,
yes.
any questions you have for me? I know I done grilled you a little bit. Any questions you done have for me you think the people may want to know an answer to?
Yeah, I got some questions.
Uh-oh.
Because there are a lot of people who want to know about, with right now with the mortgage interest rate so high, what's the benefit in trying to refinance right now? What can you do to help people to refinance without breaking the bank?
You know what? That's a very good question. And I know it's been breaking up. So his question is, for the mortgage industry and while the rates are high, what are the benefits for someone who may be looking to refinance? How can that benefit them where the market is? And so just understand this is a cycle, right? The market goes up and down. It's normally every 7-year cycle. It's either the rates high or the mortgage, or the mortgage sales prices are high, or the mortgage sales prices are low, and it's a cycle. But what I do, I structure loans according to the need, right? And so it's plenty of things that you can do, right? You have equity right now. The upside to the market is that you have equity, right? You have equity in the property. You have equity in the property. Equity is money. And you can do a number of things with the equity in your property. You can actually refinance to either eliminate all the debt that you may have in addition to that mortgage, right? And have one payment. So your overall debt, your overall outgoing debt is lower than what it is with that mortgage payment and 12 other debts on top of it, right? So that's one way, right? And then you can use the savings of that to use the difference of that money to put in, an investment account that's going to grow your money. You can look at, buying another property, maybe renting the one you have, and buying another property. Now you're adding another stream of income because you have someone paying your mortgage on this end. You got a little profit coming from that, and now you get to buy another house, and then start that process, right? You can open up a business. When I refinanced my house one year, I poured out 6 figures to open up my mortgage company, before 2008 happened. And so, you can do a number of things. I paid off Sally Mae, the Studio Mafia. I made sure they was on my books, right? I didn't wait until the interest grew more than what the loan was. That's what a lot of people are doing right now. So I didn't want to wait for that. I didn't even like owing them. So you got that. You got, you can do a series of things. It's a lot of things you can do, right? But guess what? When the market rates go down, you can refinance and just do a streamline so you can lower that payment at that time. And so it depends on, some of the goals that you have. You may have a child going to college. Well, how can you help them? You can refinance and pull money out to get them jump started in college. You can refinance, pull money out to put it in an investment account so you can grow that money. Because what if what happened to me happens to you when the market goes down and you lose the equity that's in the house? That means the $100,000 you had in equity is zero now because the market went sideways, went down. So you don't want to put yourself in, like wait it out, because we don't know what may happen and when. But we do know, hey, you know what? I have access to this. What can I do with this money that is going to impact my situation positively and going forward? And I'll just tell you how that situation happened with me. I think, Danny, you remember that house? I bought it for 150 over there by the harbor, 150,000. It grew up to 400,000 in volume, in appraised volume. I had people knocking on my door to buy this house because of the harbor was being built, right? And then 2000, that was 2000. I bought it in 2002, 2006. That's when it went up to 400,000. 2008, it went down to 85,000.
Sure did. The
I had
market
a loan on
up
it
that.
for 390,000 because I was pulling out my money. I was using my money. I was using my money. I pulled money out to pay off debt. I pulled money out to pay, set up my business. I pulled money out to do what I'm sharing with you guys, right? So my loan at the time was 390. When the market hit, it was valued at 4. My loan was 390 or 360, one of the two, and the market went down 85,000. What if I never used that money in between from 150 to 360? I think it was 360. From 150 to 360. What if I never used that money in between for different things?
It would have been wasted.
I would have lost all that money.
Yep.
So what I'm sharing with you guys is what I did myself, and it worked. For a lot of different things that I was working on, it worked. And so you can do that, because when the market went down, I couldn't do anything. I couldn't sell. Why? Because the new value was less than what I owed. That means I would have had to come to the table with hundreds of thousands of dollars just to close, right? I couldn't refi. I couldn't sell. I had to wait it out. It took about 10 years. It just got back up to like 360 something 3 years ago.
Right.
So when I'm telling you guys, if you have properties and you sitting on, there's a lot of things that you can do to make that property work for you, and you're, and putting yourself in a better situation. Get some of these things out the way, or having, that 6 to 12 months rainy day money, along with your investment money, along with your college money, along with your business money, along with another investment property, along with whatever you want to do. Use it to maximize what you're trying to get done in your life.
That's
I did, and I was glad I did.
Yeah. Let me tell you something about what you just said about taking the money out of your equity to use it for other things. Even right now, with the rates being 8 or 9% interest on some of the refinance, some of the mortgages, the credit cards that you're paying is 20%, 15%, 18%. Your card note, 11, 12, 18, 25%. You can take that mortgage money and pay off those other debts completely.
Yeah.
But you're paying right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a higher mortgage, but you won't owe
No, so you got to look at the outgoing debt. So your mortgage payment, that was $1,200. Your car note, that was $500. Now you at $17. Your loans that you had, you're paying your credit cards back. Let's say that's another $800. Now, you up. All of that is your outgoing debt. So when you refinance and you take all of the 12 payments and make it one payment, and it's less than the combined of those 12 payments, boom, you're winning. So you're not taking your paycheck and putting it all into all your debt. Now you have money left over at the end of the month, right?
Right.
Because you exercise, and let's say you're looking to sell. That's even greater.
That's right.
Because you got capital gains tax, right? So
That's
how can you benefit, by doing this and save yourself on some capital gains tax as well? But it's 3 minutes till, y'all. He got me talking about mortgage now. We could talk about that all day long. All day long. But listen, just get a free consultation with me. I'm not charging you anything. You at least get to see where you are, where you stand, what options you have, all the services that we talked about. We can make sure you get, the right professional in your hands to get what you want to get done. FocusConnectPodcast.com. Just take my little survey. You're going to set up an appointment with me. We're going to do a Zoom, and we're going to, get some things done. So with that said, hey, Danny, what last words you want to leave with the people?
Well, I just want to tell you that financial literacy is important. Make sure you tell your friends, your neighbors, your co-workers about financial literacy. Them and the young ones to become more financially. If you have any services of ours that you need, you can contact me at area code 540-522-1930. Again, my number is 540-522-1930, or you can email me at dljtrustees@gmail.com. That's DLJ Trustees with an S dannyjones@gmail.com. Find me on Facebook under Danny Jones, and I'm here for you. My motto is, if we can't fix it, it can't be fixed.
All right. We about to get to the time. It's almost 7 o'clock. It's almost 7 o'clock. So, it was a great show. Thank you so much, Danny, for coming out and, sharing some nuggets with the community. I really, really do. And always enjoyed your presence and your expertise, your insight, the bundle of joy that you are. Thank you so much for coming on here. We're ending this tonight's call. Don't forget to come back on Thursday. We're going to talk about health and wealth, and back here on Monday, we talked about business, credit, finance, and life, right? And so thank you for watching. If no one told you they love you today, just understand we do, right? From this time to the next time, peace. We are out of here. Enjoy your evening, everybody.
Across the U.S., turning deadly and creating travel chaos. Powerful flash floods killing at least 5 in Pennsylvania, others still missing. The waters literally tearing these roads up and flipping cars. The torrential rain across the Northeast grounding more than 1,000 flights today. Wildfires igniting in the West as that life-threatening heat wave reaches new highs, with cities set to shatter records. Also breaking in Georgia, the search for this man accused of killing 4 this weekend ends in a hail of bullets. While in Pennsylvania, the murder suspect who escaped jail is finally caught. Our interview with the hero couple who found him.